Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now you have joined me with my BMW E93 series, and today I'm going to be talking about all of the hidden features. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first set of features I'm going to talk about today is regarding the key fob, and some of these features people are still not aware of to this day. So of course with the key fob you can of course lock the car with the center BMW button. You can unlock it with the arrow at the top, and you can unlock the trunk with the button at the bottom. Now to unlock the trunk you have to hold down this button for a couple of seconds and it should slightly pop open, and then you have to lift it the remainder of the way. So those are pretty much all the standard features with the key fob. I'm pretty sure everybody knows those, but some of the features that you might not be aware of is the fact that you can actually roll down all of the windows with this key fob. Yes, all you need to do is hold down the unlock button, which I'll do now. And as you see, all of the windows start to roll down. And as well, if you have a sunroof, which as you can see this does not have a sunroof, but if you do have a sunroof, if you continue holding down the unlock button, you can open the sunroof as well. Now I think this is quite a nice feature to have, especially if it is a hot day and you are returning to your car and you want your car to cool down as quick as possible. While you're walking to it, you can go ahead and roll down all of the windows. Now you may be wondering, well, can you roll the windows back up with the key fob? And yes, you can. All you need to do is hold down the lock button. So if we go ahead and do that now, as we can see, the windows are rolling up. And just the same, if you do have your sunroof open, if you continue holding down the lock button, that will eventually close as well. Another feature with the key fob itself, and this is going to depend on if you have power fold mirrors or not, and if they are coded to your key, and that is the ability to be able to open and close the mirrors. Now we don't have power fold mirrors on this car, so it is not an option for us. Now a feature that I have coded to the key fob for this car is the panic button. So if we go ahead and hold down the trunk release button, we can see that the car alarm has sounded. Now simply to turn this off, just press the unlock button. But I think this is a good feature, you know, if you are potentially experiencing a hijacking, if you go ahead and hold that down, your car alarm will sound. Now the final feature with the key fob itself is the fact that this actually has a physical key blade inside of it. So if you turn it over and you press this button just here, you will notice that a key blade should slide out. So if for whatever reason your battery goes flat in your key fob, you can use this to access your car. Now of course you can use it to open the lock on the driver's door or to gain access to the trunk. And you can even lock the glove box storage compartment with it. Now let's move inside the car for some more hidden features. So as you can see, we are inside the car now, and the first feature that I want to show you in here is the reverse mirror tilt. So if you take a look there at the passenger side mirror, we can actually get that to tilt down at the floor to assist with us reversing. Now essentially all we need to do is toggle this switch here, which is the switch to adjust either side of the mirrors. We need to flip that over to our side. So as we can see, that is fully all the way over to the right. And then when we select reverse, the mirror should then tilt down towards the ground. So again, that's a nice little feature that still today some people are not aware of. So another hidden feature then, well, I guess it's not really a feature, it's more of a piece of hidden information, and it is how to reset your service data in these cars. And this is going to be prevalent if you service your own cars. Obviously if you take your car to the dealership, they should do this process for you, but essentially all you need to do is key in the ignition on, And as we can see, our service data right there. But to access this menu, we're going to want to hold down this button here, the trip odometer reset button, until we get to this menu, and then we can scroll through the different service items with the arrow scroll wheel here. And then to reset any of these, all we need to do is hold down this BC button, and then we can select reset. But that is something else that is definitely worth knowing. So the next hidden feature then, and this really is a hidden feature because still to this day a lot of people are not aware of it, and it is the fact that you can bleed your cooling system automatically. So if you have an N51, N52, N53 or N54 engine, you will have an electronic water pump. So you can go ahead and do this. All you need to do is insert the key into your ignition, turn the ignition on. You want to turn your heaters on, turn the heat to full, and then what you are going to want to do is step down on the accelerator pedal for 10 to 15 seconds. And then once you've done that, you should start to hear some bubbles forming. And then of course, if you go into the engine bay, you should start to hear the water pump as well. But remember, this is only relevant if you have one of those engines that I mentioned. Now then, the final kind of hidden feature is the secret menu. Now, BMW like to make things difficult. So from factory, they did not fit a coolant temperature gauge. So we have to access it again via some different menus. So if we insert the key into the ignition, ignition on, and then we are going to want to hold down this trip reset button once more. But you're going to want to hold it down for longer this time, around 10 seconds. So you go past the service menu until you are greeted with this screen here. Now, as you can see, we have a letter followed by 6 numbers. Now, ignore the first number. It is just the 5 last numbers that we want to add up. So 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 9 is 21, plus 3 is 24. Now bear in mind, this is the last 5 digits of your VIN number, so it is of course going to be different in every case. So you want to add up those 5 digits and then keep that number in your head. We're going to want to hold down this button now for a couple of seconds until we get to this, and then just keep clicking. As we can see, that number in the center there is climbing. These are the different menus. We want to go all the way to 19. As we can see, lock is on and it's telling us to enter a code in. So as we can see, I was too slow, so we need to go back to number 19, and then as soon as it says code, start clicking this and go all the way up to that magic number, which in our case is 24. So the lock should now be off, and then if we go to menu 7, we can see we have our coolant temperature. And now if we want to view that while we are driving, just go ahead and start the car as normal. If you remove the key and turn the ignition off though, you will lose that. Every time you want to view your coolant temperature, you have to go through this process. It's the only way. And I would recommend checking your coolant temperature every month or so, just to ensure that your car is getting up to operating temperature and you are not experiencing any overheating issues. Okay then guys, this has been all of the useful hidden features on the BMW E93 series. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in that next one. Peace!